time. Y'all, I'm in Kroger. And you would not believe the audacity some people have. Me and my husband are in the shopping. My husband, this woman is with another woman. And she's like, sir, excuse me, sir, can you reach this off the top shelf for me? We're short. I look at them, I look at him, he look at me, he said, boo. The fact that he knew he needed permission to help these people, and the fact that they thought they could just ask him and he was gonna move for them. If you are in the store, married or single, by yourself, and you need help, and you notice that the man that you about to ask help from is with a woman, the correct thing to say is, excuse me, ma'am, is it okay if your husband can help me get something from the shelf? Don't put that man in that weird situation, because my husband's like, he didn't flinch, he didn't move, he looked at me, and he like, boo. And we both knew what that boo meant. So, but have a good day.
Girl, this is my sorry for 2004. And I ain't gonna mess up no more this year. I'ma take this one chance to make it real clear. I'm sorry. But don't nobody want Ruben. Tell me you insecure without telling me you insecure. How many times a week at 4'9" I ask anybody, male or female, can you reach this for me off the top shelf? I don't feel like climbing in that basket, reaching to the top shelf all the time. Telling me I gotta do a whole job interview with you to get something off the shelf? Girl. Them women didn't ask your husband if he can come pick them up and put them on the top shelf. At least something wrong with y'all. Oh, maybe it's just me, because I don't care. My husband have helped many people. Women with their tires, check the oil, check the batteries, stuff at their home. Hey, yeah, he do maintenance, but that's not the point. He literally just help everybody, no matter who you are. And so do I. No, women like y'all are like weird to me. It ain't that deep, bro. I'm gonna tell you another thing. He didn't do all of that asking permission from you. He didn't do that because he respects you. He did that because he's scared of you. And I'm slick scared of you too.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Can you reach this off the top shelf for me? I've been telling y'all, and y'all starting to see. The ones that get it are starting to see. And this ain't about, y'all can stop with the gaslighting of saying that women are, this is the gaslight that women use now. Ooh, tell me you're insecure. Tell me your man cheated. Tell me, tell me your man cheated without telling me your man cheated. Tell me that you ain't confident, and it's all gaslighting. So they can be open to disrespect. And your level of disrespect might not be somebody else's level. Your boundaries might not be somebody else's boundaries. But the thing, and I told y'all on my video, remember the video that I posted, I did a stitch with, where the lady said you should not hug a woman's husband from the front? And they can't, I'ma hug it. Y'all don't understand boundaries until somebody steps on yours. I'm gonna come back to that. But the top thing here is y'all don't think this couple is attractive. If this was a handsome man, y'all will understand why she said that. But her husband is handsome to her. If this was a man that y'all deem to be attractive, top notch, you will understand. Oh, I understand why, sister, you would have to ask. Let me tell you something. It's disrespectful. I don't care what you say. And all this another gas, like, if I want my man to help somebody, that ain't what she never said her husband couldn't. She just said acknowledge her first. And if her husband looked at her first, that's the boundary that they have. Probably the same thing if her and her husband was somewhere. If somebody asked his wife, hey man, can you cook me some chicken? He probably look at his wife like, his wife probably look at him like, this man should ask me to cook for him. I'm so glad that everybody's starting to see what I started to realize about women 2 or 3 years ago. And I don't think I'm gonna really reach my top, child, sorry, I ain't brushed this out nothing, but y'all gonna get it either way. Until somebody called me a pick me, I don't think I'm doing the work that I need to be doing. Because what I realize about women, y'all don't like accountability. Y'all like to do what y'all want, when y'all want, to who y'all want, and how y'all want. And if anybody goes against the grain, it's their problem. It's something wrong with them for not letting you disrespect them the way that you want to disrespect somebody. That's y'all problem. Y'all love to disrespect people the way you want to, in a way that you would never be. And guess what? Just because you're okay with your husband helping somebody without acknowledging you first, doesn't mean that another woman has to be all right with it. Y'all know this. Y'all just like try and gaslight and make somebody feel like they're wrong for the way that they set their boundaries, because y'all don't have any. Y'all don't have them with men. Y'all don't have them with women. Y'all don't have, a lot of y'all lack boundaries. That's why it's foreign to y'all. Yeah. Now it's married women problem. That woman, if that woman says, hey, I feel like you should. I was on a cruise and I did a video about this. It wasn't about this, but this is what happened. We were sitting there. It was me, my love, and some women. He was the only dude sitting there. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 other women, including me. 10. That lady asked me, she said, do you mind if he helped me up? I said, he better help you up. That was my response. But she knew it, but she was an older woman. Older women kind of get it. But y'all young ones, and y'all, a lot of y'all let a lot of stuff be passive. Y'all trying to be passive because you don't want to seem like you're insecure. Don't let insecure get you fucked up. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Being not insecure. But if that lady felt like it's just the same when you walk up to a couple in it, me, and see the women that have boundaries and have respect and self-respect for themselves, get it. Because this is stuff that we would never do. Y'all that'll sit up here because you don't have you're low bar women. And y'all are really being exposed for who y'all really are. Y'all don't have respect for people. And the disrespect you allow, you think that everybody else should. What's disrespectful to you, what's not disrespectful to you, is not the same for somebody else. So if somebody says, this is what I feel is respectful, why you can't respect that? It's just that simple. But y'all would rather say, oh, I ain't doing that. I'm going to ask him. Yeah, if that man there by himself, of course. Because who going to walk up to him and say, hey, do you got a wife? Call her on the phone. Let me make sure that you can get this off this top shelf. But if that man's wife is present, just like if that was a dude on the aisle. But see, men have more respect for each other than y'all. This is why when we are out and we're with men, men don't approach us the same way. Women are more disrespectful. And I keep on telling y'all, and this whole situation, these situations that's coming up, is going to reveal. And y'all going to keep on seeing how women do not respect each other. Y'all are disrespectful. And y'all want to gaslight women for boundaries. There's nothing wrong with a woman having boundaries for herself and saying, hey, look, ma'am, I'm present. Yes, he can help you. And then, like I go back to, the husband looked at her, because these are the boundaries they have in their marriage. Just like when you plan a wedding, when you go in the house, when people set things for themselves, the way they want to have their wedding, the way their marriage is going to be, that has nothing to do with you. You are not the deciding factor on whether, well, I'm going to do it anyway. That's those people marriage, those are their boundaries. If your next door neighbor, that's like if you stay next door to a couple, you knock on that woman's door and say, I need your husband to come over here and such and such. It's the same thing.
You knock on that woman's door and you say, hey, ma'am, let's just say your faucet leaking. Do you mind if your husband come over and check my leaky faucet? You wouldn't dare go to that woman's door, look past her and say, hey, can you come over here and look at my sink? It's the same thing. But see, y'all want to put boundaries where y'all want to dictate how people's boundaries should go. If it's a husband and a wife sitting in a car together and your tire flat, you would not go to a woman's car, go to her husband's side, hey, sir, and talk to that woman like she ain't in that car. Hey, sir, my tire flat. Can you get out the car and come check on it with me? For me? That's disrespectful. I don't care how y'all try and paint it. Call it insecure. Use whatever gaslight method you want to try and use so you can sit up here and be a gutter snipe all you want to. Because when I see women say stuff like that, oh, you insecure, I already know you have no boundaries with people, husbands. You have no boundaries with people, men. You have no boundaries in your life. But let somebody do it to you now. Now me, I'm in the store and somebody look over me and say something to my man and say, hey, can you? Yeah, he can. Now I ain't gonna stop him from being a gentleman, but I'm gonna let her know, like, yeah, he can. Y'all are disrespectful. Y'all lack boundaries, and you are gutter snipes. That's what you are. That's what you are. And I'm glad it's all coming out. I give it another 2 to 3 years. Women are going to really see who women really are. And I'm going to keep on talking. And I'm going to keep on showing you. And I'm going to keep on revealing and pointing it out.
Excuse me, sir. Can you reach this off the top shelf for me? We're short.
So I'm not here to dog pile on that lady because y'all done already called her husband all kind of uglies and things in the comment section. And I mean, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right? As a girl's girl who is out with her man quite often, if I see any damsels in distress, the first thing I'm going to do is look at my man, right? 9 times out of 10, he's already on it. There's no permission needed. He's just being a gentleman because that's who he is. You understand what I'm saying? With all that being said, I think it's interesting that we have these conversations online day to day about how chivalry is dead and, you know, no man does anything for women they aren't attracted to. I find it weird that you would act like this because I hope if you're out and about and you need help with something and there's a lady with her husband close to you, that he would drop what he was doing and help you. I just think these rules of marriage are built on insecurity. I just don't. Why does he have to have permission from you to be a gentleman? I don't get it. But that's just me.
The fact that he knew he needed permission.
If that ain't the stupidest thing I done seen this morning. So to summarize, this woman is with her husband and her kid at Kroger's, and apparently 2 women asked her husband to grab some off the tall shelf, and then it became the Weird Al where he looked at me, and I looked at him, he looked at me, and I looked at him, mean because how dare these women not ask her to give her husband permission to help them, and then proudly posted that video on the internet and surprised that people have an issue with her husband needing permission to be a decent human being. Look, I don't know about y'all, but me, I don't care if she's my wife, she was my girlfriend, she was just a female friend, she was somebody who likes me and hopefully gets to flirt with me later. I don't care if she was somebody that I just dig down and we got condoms and Gatorade because we about to have about round 4, 5, and 6. If you have an issue with me just helping somebody get something off the shelf by showing, you know, common human decency, because I'm 6 feet tall, that shit happens all the time, and you mad? we're going to have a long discussion. And it's probably going to end up with you and I not talking no more. Because how insecure must ye be if you thinking, oh, I got you. You have a good day. That's it. That's it. Like, what? Is that how we got you? By getting something off the top shelf? Be like, excuse me, miss. Let me help you get that off the top shelf. And as he grazed closer to you, you smelled the scent of his cologne. It just made you feel, oh, so wild. Even then, still don't make no sense. Like, using to act like they were like some scantily clad sirens and you had to save him or something. Granted, on that note, if the way they were asking, like, excuse me, big boy, could you help me get this thing off this high shelf, please? Then, yeah, I understand being a little concerned. For real though, y'all be doing some weird shit for attention on TikTok. Maybe just me, because it seemed like such a non-issue thing. He fucked up before, didn't he? That's like the only thing that even makes any sense to me. I don't know, maybe because I only date people who would get upset if I didn't help, because it's just a simple act of human decency.
And she's like, sir, excuse me, sir, can you reach this off the top?
The amount of disrespect, delusional, dumb broad bitch behavior in this comment section is ridiculous. And the fact that a lot of y'all are black is really fucking irritating. Ask the people that work in the store to help you if you need some help. Don't walk up to me, my man, and my baby and ask my man, because that's stupid. And y'all say, oh, it's just giving insecurity. This is for him to do a kind act. What are you talking about? I don't care how he looks or how she looks or how y'all perceive beauty. Don't walk up to somebody, man, while they stand there and ask them to help. There are people working in the store. That's what they're getting paid for. That's what they make their money doing. The person with the little name tag on there that works in that store, that's who you ask to help. I see why this economy is like it is. I see why all those people was lined up in line for joy. I see, because y'all pure D stupid. Y'all pure D the dumbest motherfuckers on this planet. It's irritating how stupid y'all are. And how for some reason, you have no more morals, no more values, no more common fucking sense. I mean, one of them like, oh, y'all think that because she don't look like this and he don't look like that, then that's why y'all shouldn't say that. Another girl like, girl, the audacity, you ain't never seen audacity. Another comment was, girl, you need to just delete this. Because she's speaking the truth, because I see why a lot of y'all bros are single too. You're going to stay that way. Y'all might as well click up with each other. For real, because that's about as far as you're going to get anyway. Men don't want y'all. And I see why. I see they have all these podcasts dedicated to the stupidity of women now. Going on dates, expecting motherfuckers to drop $1,500 on you. Walking in the store, expecting a man to just stop what he doing to help you out that don't work at the store. What's wrong with y'all? That's the mental illness and y'all need to get some help. I mean, psychiatrist, psychologist, something. Medication, something. Because the amount of bros in this comment section saying she's wrong and he's doing a kind act. Bitch, what? That's not insecurity. That's stupidity on your part. Fuck out of here.
Sir, can you reach this off the top shelf for me? We're short.
This is outside of my normal content that I like to do on here, but I'm a wife. This lady is emasculating her husband so bad on the internet right now. If you watch the video, basically they're in a store. Two ladies are having a hard time reaching something in the store. They ask him directly, hey, sir, can you help us get this off the store? He stops and he looks at his wife for permission, and then she gives permission. So she come on here basically saying like, how y'all supposed to ask a man who's with a woman for help is you ask the woman if he can help y'all. What kind of, I would never do that to my husband. If we are together and somebody approaches him for assistance in a grocery store to help, like, and in the comments, they tearing her up. They're like, nobody want him but you? Like, what is wrong with y'all women? Like, who I do not want, you want a weak man. You just say you want a weak man. There's no, I would not respect my husband anymore if he had to look at me for every answer. I am with you because you are the lead. I'm following you. Don't look to me for every answer. And that seemed like what she's portraying this relationship. Like, before he makes a move, he needs to ask me. Who wants that? Oh my God.
The loser wife. Let's talk about it. So I am certain by now that we have all seen this video of the woman who is in Kroger with her husband. If you have not seen it, this is how it goes. A woman is in the grocery store with her husband and their small daughter. Okay, so they've got the baby in the cart, you know, a happy family outing. They get to an aisle in which there are two women standing in the aisle. One of the two women wants something from the top shelf. So she turns to this woman's husband and asks him, excuse me, sir, can you please get that from up there for me? The loser wife states that her husband did not get the item. He didn't even move. He just immediately looked to her to see if he had permission to do so. He's so well trained by her. He knows not to help random women in the supermarket. The entire time she's telling this story, she's giggling, and you can tell she feels good about herself. She ends her video with a message to us, us single women who don't have our own man. And she says basically that when you see a man out and about who is with a woman, you need to ask that woman permission for his help. And this is a perfect example of a loser wife. A lot of women, they won't own up to it, but a lot of women want to be with cruel men. But they want that man to only be cruel to other women. A lot of women feel like their ring makes them more important and special than other women. They use their ring as a tool of superiority, as a badge of superiority when they're out and about in everyday life. A lot of women have no identity or life goals other than being a wife. This is the loser wife, because why would you not want your husband to help someone who needs his help? Why does he have to ask your permission to grab something off of the top shelf? She thought her video was going to be a kiss the ring type situation, but instead her husband is getting dragged from every angle. A lot of these wives are the same as their husbands. They just know that you'll feel bad for them because they're a woman. The fact that she recorded it and then pressed send, yeah.
And another thing, that Kroger lady completely right. Nigga, don't ask her husband nothing without her permission. The issue is entitlement, bro. Y'all feel entitled to everything. Even somebody else's husband, bro. Even somebody else doing work for you, bro. How many times you done open the door for a female and she don't even say thank you? You and this motherfucker shopping alone because you obviously ain't got no nigga. And if you did have a nigga, I promise you wouldn't want him offering help to the random hoe that's in the store that can't reach no cereal. Hey, baby. Anyway, the point I'm making is ain't no way you're in a relationship and you think that Kroger girl is wrong. Anyway, if you do, let me know.
Let's talk about the black woman that's going viral in a grocery store because two ladies approached her husband and told her husband to grab something off top shelf because they couldn't reach it. And he looked back at his wife to get permission from his wife to see if it's okay to do so. I'm talking about this lady right here, y'all. This lady right here. Look at the comment section. 13,000 comments. And it's nothing but black women, black men tearing her down. Like, y'all gotta stop this shit. Y'all gotta stop this shit. As a married man, I feel exactly where the wife coming from. It's not about control. It's a respect thing. Let me tell y'all like this. If me and my wife out at Walmart somewhere, right? And a lady asked me, can I grab that off top shelf for her? Hell no. Let me tell y'all why though. Because I find it very disrespectful for you to approach me and you see my wife right here and you don't ask my wife. You ask me instead of her, like you just don't see her at all. That's very disrespectful to me. Because as a husband, I'm gonna feel like you playing my wife's face. And I don't play that shit. Who is you to come up to me and ask me, can I grab something for you when you got all these men's in here, all these working men's in here, but you wanna come bother me? As a man, how would you feel if I approach your woman While you right there with her and tell her to go get down low and pad net right there. I can't reach that on the ground. Can you pad net down there, ma'am? As a man, how would you feel if I do that to your wife? You would feel very disrespectful. Matter of fact, I can give y'all a prime example, right? Last week, me and my wife went to the emergency room, right? And everybody dealing with the flu. So we in the back room, two black nurses, they come in, they talking, right? I'm quiet because like I said, I don't feel good, I'm quiet. I don't feel like talking. So both of the nurses, they talking, they asked for my date of birth and age and everything else, right? Now, I was gonna give it to him, but my wife had already gave it to him. Like my wife spoke for me. And both of them started looking like, can he talk? Yes, I can talk. I don't feel like talking right now. I'm the type, I start stuttering, I get mad and cuss the whole damn room out. It ain't that I think y'all trying to flirt with me. It just, I don't feel like talking. So she gonna do it for me. What's the issue? But y'all on the internet, tearing this lady down, talking about her husband, talking about her, all because he asked permission from his wife to do something that another woman requested? I see why a lot of y'all single. I see why y'all are. It's the principle. If I'm out with my wife, don't ask me to do nothing if I don't know you and you don't acknowledge my wife first. Or not acknowledge my wife first, and then we can go from there. That's easy and simple.
So, number one, the only thing about the grocery store video that I want to clear up, clarify, whatever the case may be, is when I originally posted the video, I had maybe 75 people looking at me and into my life and what we were doing. That's it, 75 people. And most of those people knew me, so me and my husband, so they know how we are. They know how I am. So needless to say, they know us in real life, okay? So if I had known that this was going to go viral, get the traction it has gotten, the only thing that I would change about that video is the word permission, because that wasn't the word that I would have used. That was the word that just came to me in the moment, and it was not a big deal. It is what it is, because he doesn't need my permission to help people. And to reference the point about, oh, those girls must have been prettier than her. Child, don't nobody want your man. Girl, stop, please. Nobody ever said anybody wanted my man. Let's clear that up. Someone else entered into the comments with that, because that never came from me. My point of the video was not to say that I felt intimidated by somebody wanting my man, because that never crossed my mind. And the reason it never crossed my mind is because we don't operate like that. We don't operate in insecurities, because we're very secure in our marriage. But it's funny how all the comments started just because my husband gave pause to acknowledge my presence when someone else asked him to do something for them, when he was already in the middle of being in the store with his wife and child shopping, already doing stuff for us. So if you are going to interrupt another couple's time, the least you can do is acknowledge the people that are there. And that's all I have to say. In addition to, I went from those 75 followers to over 400 now. Also, that happened.
All right, there was a lot of upset people about this video. It was upset single people, upset coupled up people, upset married people, upset divorced people, all kinds of people. And I actually sat back and listened to both perspectives. Now, this woman takes me as a woman, I won't say insecure. What I will say is old school. There are some women who were raised predominantly more in the South, but older women. It used to be a thing where before you communicate with any man who was taken or was with somebody, you acknowledge the woman first. I think that's where it came from. And I think where people missed the mark of it was, she said, he knew he had to get permission from me. I think that's where it got misconstrued. That's why she stated that she needed to do that. Then it was a good perspective of women feeling entitled to other people's husband. Now, for me personally, I'm a very helpful person. My husband is a very helpful person. So if somebody was to ask us that or ask him that and don't acknowledge me and he does it for them, I wouldn't have thought that much into it. But a lot of women just want that respect line of being acknowledged that you see me, right? But a lot of people was tearing her up in the comments, tearing her husband up in the comments. And I will say this. You can dress and look however you want to. It's a free country, but I am a firm believer that people will address you by the way you present yourself. All right. And I'm not trying to be mean and I'm not trying to be nasty. You know, I ain't saying you got to be all flashy at the grocery store. But, you know, you look like you just not doing much, you know, not much to catch the eye. Realistically though, when we get married, a lot of us, when we get these marriages, we do have our little frumpy stage. Some women just keep it together, right? And I'm not in no way trying to disparage this woman. I just saying, for me, I've noticed because sometimes I'll throw some shit on and just go out. And I notice a difference between throwing some shit on and stepping out versus actually looking at something. When you look at like something, people are more likely to acknowledge you, right? So a lot of times when me and my husband are together, I am acknowledged if I'm not looking frumpy. You get what I'm saying? So they probably didn't even think nothing of it, honestly. But if you are looking like something, you will get that attention. They'll be like, oh, how you doing? Hey, do you mind if whoa? If not, hey, what I know. That's just my opinion. But I understand her perspective, you know, talking to somebody and just in general, not acknowledging two people and you asking that one person that question because you need what you need is a little selfish too. So I understand it on that perspective. But again, what a lot of these other women are saying, you know, why do you need permission for your husband to be a gentleman? I think that word just was, like she said, the wrong choice of words. I get what she was saying. It's the respect of acknowledging that you know that this man is with somebody, whether wife or whether girlfriend. Now, I'm going to be realistic about the situation. And ladies, you can let me know in the comments how you truly feel about this. Would you feel some type of way if somebody asked your spouse next to you to do something for them and didn't acknowledge that you were even existing, right? When I speak to somebody and I see more than one person, whoever it is, I make sure I acknowledge everybody. If I do know the person and I know and I don't know the person that they're with them, I'll say, hi, how you doing? My name's so-so, whatever. That's just me. But a lot of people don't have that etiquette. She probably just wanted to get her shit and go. She look, I just need this nigga. Like, just go on, throw it to me. You know what I'm saying? I got about 10 minutes to get about this stuff. You know, we don't know the case, but we do have to be respectful about other people's marriages, relationships, situationship, friendships, whatever the hell it is. It's about being courteous. So it's a battle between being courteous and entitlement. Which one is it? Is she asking you to be? Is she entitled to her husband? She has every right to be if she is, but that's just another topic for another time. But I'm indifferent with this topic. I'm indifferent. She handled it the way she handled it and she got dragged for it and she don't care because her views went up and stuff like that. Unfortunately for her, she won't be getting paid on TikTok because you need at least 10,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok in order to get a form of payment through views. And then on top of that, you need a certain amount of view hours. And then after that, and you fill out the paperwork and get approved, that's when you start getting paid for the views. So even if she got 500,000 or 10,000 or hit the mark and made the video, she ain't gonna get the revenue from this. But TikTok ain't though. Anyway, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you agree with the woman or do you disagree with the woman? Do you feel like she's insecure? Do you feel like that man cheated? Because we don't know these people's marriage, honestly. But it's crazy and wild that people are doing that. People are talking about how this man is built. People talk about how she built. It's just, It's crazy. Somebody was like, ma'am, I just want the bread. Y'all stupid as hell in these comments. But anyway, y'all let me know. Do you think she was just being insecure about it, or do you think she was right in the situation? I'm out.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone. It's my zone.